Spirituality is all about states, avastha, vyavastha, vyaktitva and krititva. If there is one, that can only be omnipresent. Other than that, there is no option. It is not easy to reach to a guru. It is not. There is some space for human beings to do something. It is not 100% robotic. प्रारब्ध कि सब कुछ पहले से है, हमें कुछ करना नहीं, ऐसा नहीं. There is some scope for you to do something. You feel like more and more you are spiritual, you tend to become solitary in nature. Solitude comes. It is all about right living, that in a particular time period when we are there, how to live at that time, so that it becomes a model behavior. Everywhere you go in any religion, they fear God. Why should we fear, भाई? जो omnipresent है वो किसी का criticism क्यों करेगा? If you see omnipresence, whom are you going to see the other? कि इसकी आलोचना करनी है, इसका. It's your part. This human life is an opportunity in real sense. It's opportunity. The one who can avail it, avail. Those who can't, can't.
Guruji, you've written waiting is so much fun.
Yes.
For me, waiting, I find it very frustrating. So, how can it be made fun?
See, if you are in such a state, spirituality is all about states. Avastha, vyavastha, vyaktitva and krititva. Avastha means state, vyavastha means system. Vyaktitva means expression, implementation, happening, so many things, whatever is there. And krititva means what has come out, looking, creation, in simple words. What is there, appearing, perceivable. The perception is the lowest stage. Generally in spirituality, people say it is all about perception. Here it is beginning, perception, that you are expression, whatever is creation, that only you perceive. You perceive things through senses. So I am saying that it is about state. So when suppose you are in a blissful state, what will you want others to be in? What state? Now they are making effort to come to that. So what it will be for you other than fun? Somebody is trying to come to a blissful state. So can there be any child doing something? Suppose child is crying or something. You know, ultimately child wants to be pacified, become peaceful or enjoy, start playing. Same way it is for masters. They are just waiting there that okay, these people are playing when they are making their effort to come here, and then they'll experience the bliss. So if you are in that state, then other than waiting, there is nothing you can do. Only waiting. There are three things we say, no? Prayas, prarthana, or pratiksha. So prayas is effort. So all initiates are making efforts. What are they? So they have to reach to that state where they become prayer. That is why we have not devised any specific prayer. Though we have devised prayer, that you have to do prayer, whatever you. But we have not said you do this prayer. Because you have to become, that is your degree of becoming, that you become prayerful, you become prayer. Ultimately you reach that state. So then what else is left? The Guru is waiting that you will, by and by, you become free from the world and reach to that state where you, this is your rightful place, where you are there. So that is how, if we degrees we keep seeing that how fortunate we are that we have this frame which is called human frame. Then for everyone to realize its real value, and when they make effort, only if their direction changes, then what else it can be other than fun? When they are going in wrong direction and you are aware and you can't do anything. That's all it is. It is what we are saying, emphasizing time and again, people forget the relationship. That is the mistake they make. Otherwise, if you just, you see, I'm giving you, even logically you can understand. That's what this is what is consternation. Ki something which you can deduce from your intelligence even. Still you are not stable on that point. Ki at least this much nobody put on pressure, nobody taught you any book, nothing have been told to you. Imagine yourself there. You are just a simple human being, whatever with whatever education you are. But you have been gifted with a brain. Your role should be that nobody should be able to wash it. Because any book or anything you read, it is washing your brain. So which if your brain is properly functioning, then you can simply deduce that somebody whom you are looking for, other than omnipresent, is it possible that he or she or whatever is there in any other way? Because the next question will come then, the space left, who is ruling there? So this is very clear that whom you are calling God or Guru or whatever name you are giving, Paramatma, when I speak name, I don't want to give you alternatives, because I am saying the problem is about duality. If you are seeing two, who can tell us about Paramatma other than he himself? So simple logic. And if you are seeing no, he is not that, then how you are ever? He is not qualified even to tell you anything. Because any guru who has realized something, they will always come back to this, that they found themselves, they don't exist, there is nothing. We are seeing in them something, and we are seeing so many, then we are delaying our journey. So we say, which is very much reasonable to understand, कि if there is one, that can only be omnipresent, other than that there is no option. Suppose you are reaching to that. So what other thing can be there other than fun? Because there is nothing, no negativity in him, whom we are calling Paramatma or Guru or God. That is how it is. So it is about our own dots clearing properly first with wisdom, whatever intelligence you call. That's why we say inquiry, self-inquiry. So nobody needs to teach. That's why the Guru is needed in the beginning, because that you can do yourself, all reasoning. When you have come to certain conclusion, now I do not know how, then you need one. So who is that in whom you see? Because nobody can say that. How can one say, who doesn't exist in one's own seeing, how can he say that I am a guru or I am somebody? It's impossible. This is how the system is. That's why I say this is the most miraculous things which happens to people. It is not easy to reach to a guru. It is not. It is the most fortunate thing that can happen. That is why I'm saying, if any relationship, whether you are a mother, you are a father, friend, if somebody connects you to the guru, you should rather, I would say, you should obey that person in the sense, worldly sense, because ultimately when you connect it to guru, you will obey guru. That is a principle. But somebody connected you is the most important person in your life, a worldly sense, because he somehow, whatever, he became a conduit, or he or she. Every relationship, whether mother connects his progeny to the guru, whether daughter or son connects to them, that is the most important person, because they gave them the right thing. Other than this is so fortunate. People generally say, no, they are so. I was asked this question. Plethora of gurus say, you are not seeing correctly. There is a scarcity. How you have become? Where are you seeing? Tell me. Because their minds are so colored that anything they are seeing, it is only ego working behind. And I so clearly told that when even I was not 2 years old, I knew this is ego which works. There is nothing else. If you are able to remove that, then you do a real journey. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. So there, where everything is so perfect, other than waiting, what else can be fun? That is how it is. See, nature of the language is such, and Krishna mastered this language best. In his Gita, I look for books and I never find that somebody has spoken so well. Ultimately, when any shastras, which are very rare, first of all, people don't know. So there, if you find, you will find there is nothing is written there. But how to reach there? In that, this Gita is very perfect. It easily makes you to reach there. So he says almost nothing in the same sense. Vinashyatsu avnishyantam nischaya pasyati sapashyati. In one sentence, first he will pose it and then he oppose it. Zero. Now you move according to your state, your karma and everything, whatever. So this, why I am saying is, when I speak something, this is the challenge I face. Because if you do not listen properly, you will draw your own conclusion. While the reality is that I am saying nothing. What you are hearing, that is the only gain for you. So I tell, okay, even if you hear one sentence of a guru, whom you consider guru, and you go and tell him that this is what I have heard, you are done. You see, that becomes your boat, that becomes your aeroplane or whatever you want to. You just go and tell that this is what I have heard. That is mantra for you. One sentence, sufficient, because you have heard, the relationship is there. It is working because of that. That's why sometimes I feel, what is the point? Even if one is, people are not on one, कि ये तो मैंने पकड़ लिया. This is what it is for. Then it is done. The rest is just behavior in the world, how you are behaving, going about it. Some poet said, some poet क्या? Surdas only. हमारे हरी हारिल की लकड़ी. Haril is a bird. The saying is that wherever it flies, it keeps its wood alone. It will sit only that. So he is saying, wherever I am going, I am taking what I on which I am stationed. So he's, in a way, he is carrying his environment with him. He is ever in satsang. It's never such moment for him that there is no satsang. Intense, because you are human being, intensities may come up or down. It may be. Sometimes you are not in a position to balance. Sometimes you are, but you are not away from it. That is remembrance. Never. Not a moment. Never. That is when you can see. So long as we are seeing, we are not seeing. Once seen becomes unseen, then only it is seen. Because whatever we are seeing through senses, perception only, reality. Reality is beyond perception. But this is the way, this is the order, this is how we go from here to there at transcend. When we say pratyahar, that means now your senses have become free from the world and they have started taking the ahar, which is divine. Prati. This is for, that is beyond this. Prati has very many meanings. So these are very many responsibilities which a person whom we call guru, he assumes. Defining things is his responsibility. Telling clearly this is how it is. So every word we are using in general sense, he is not using like that. For him, every word has a specific meaning. This is needed here, it's like ladder. You imagine there are two, you see, bamboo. Now all the log of boots are in his hand. Achha, this is here, and he just place one. Somewhere else, he just place another. This is how it works. So when we also become aligned with that every word we understand, we do journey, then we reach there. Otherwise, you have thousands meanings. They are coming more and more refined. You become, and if you start reading, there will be plethora of meanings. You will start enjoying that. That is also an enjoyment. There is a refined enjoyment. You have taste has got refined. When you are little refined, then only you go for art and music. Some refinement has come. Otherwise, you are not interested even. So suppose if you have reached certain stage where though no birds, nothing is there for you, you have figured out everything, then it is so much fun. So with Guru, this is there, that he has to define everything, that this is this thing, and with those words we journey. Journey how ultimately we reach to that focus, that attention, which is dhyan. Like as I was saying, these four words are there. But when you ponder over, then you become talleen. immersed. यहाँ अंतर क्या है? What is difference between freedom, independence, salvation and liberation? All are saying same thing. So when you ponder over, then you come to a meaning. Oh, this is the meaning for me. Let me work at it, whether it has come into my experience or not. So your journey begins from first you understand, and then you are free from understanding. Now you no more need to understand, because again you are coming to that level. Now I have to understand, I have to understand. करते रहो, then you are in some other. So that is okay. That's it, because so many people in the world are not even glued to that, are not even going in that direction. For them it is beneficial. That is why we do satsang, that at least somebody who is hearing something will touch them somewhere and they start thinking. So as it, once you understand a thing and understanding is over, now I have understood, then you go for experience, because when you have understood, you will implement. When you will implement, there will be experience. Anything you do, if you are eating, you will feel the taste. So you go for experience. Now you are ripe in the experience also. Now I don't need any experience. I am done enough. Everything you have experienced. World is like this. These things are there. Every kind of sweet you have eaten. And you know this is how it tastes. Not beyond. Now you are free from experiences. Now you become. That is where the journey is. Because so long as you are running into these stages of understanding, of experiencing, there is variety. So you have to transcend all that. Then you are in shunya, so to say. You call it infinity, shunya, the same thing. There is nothing. Then you become something. And then you can do anything. Whatever you want, you can manifest. So this is where the fun lies. Because there is nothing which you aren't know. Nothing you want. That's it. Neither you are interested in anything. Nothing. It's all. Once you go through everything, why you will fall back? So fun. Waiting, defining, being there, all these are, you say duties of a guru. Being there and not being there, like that. I was looking when he came and said, is there any simple path? Is somebody doing what needs to be done? I would have followed. But since nobody was doing, so I had to devise. So this is how it is. Need. In that sense, it is simplest. Everybody comes and when they devise a new path, which is true, they say it is simplest, which is not wrong. It's correct. But time changes, then again more simple thing you have to put. That is why this Sanatan Guru Parampara alone stands. Because here this is all the time, they're coming and bringing new thing. Now this regulation is needed. Now 48 minutes to 1 hour or something. This much is sufficient. Now time changes, something comes, we have to, depending on situation, that time Guru will decide whether this has to go more. Can I allow you to meditate for 2 hours? Or can I say, no, this is too much. Any excess? Or so it depends. What is coming, how we have. See, there is some space for human beings to do something. It is not 100% robotic. प्रारब्ध कि सब कुछ पहले से है, हमें कुछ करना नहीं, ऐसा नहीं. There is some scope for you to do something. So according to that, how that we have used that is how the constant is decided. Okay, this much you do this much you do this, so you reach there in contemporary times where you need to, and to experience that, and that is how it is.
Pranam Guruji. Guruji, for at least in the initial stages, is it that we require solitude? Because most of the times people, go for these kind of, not retreats, that's too luxurious a term, but they say that you stay in solitude, first learn the techniques, then go back. And when there is a lot of noise, lot of people around, I always feel that it is very difficult to be in bliss. I'm happy with fewer people because there are lesser number of conflicts to be handled. So is it correct to think like that?
No, that is truth. What is truth in it? that you feel like more and more you are spiritual, you tend to become solitary in nature. Solitude comes, but that has to come from inside. Outside solitude, we should not look for much because we are going to get disappointed. This inner solitude we should cultivate in anyway. It comes from solitude, comes from inside only, which is called vivikta sevan. Vivikta sevi laghvasi yatvakaya manasha. So vivikta sevan is called that you that comes as a craving, that you want some solitude. What are you wanting in meditation? Sitting is a solitude. So it comes from inside. That's a craving. But when we want that it should be outside, looking at the planet, we are now on 8 point something. So space is limited. That is the whole thing going on. This becomes a luxury if we want much space. Outside, inside we have to create, and then we manifest it so that people automatically understand that what is a proper number for the earth at a given point of time. It's this much. See, like Malayali make big houses, no? Green everything around, beach mein ghar. So that way. See, recently some lady got this Booker Prize for Orbiter. It's a novel she wrote. All what we are saying, if this is, he has said in literary way, got the Booker. I said, so one of my journalist friend, he told me something about Orbiter. I said, people near my ashram, tribal people, they are saying same thing, what is written in your novel. Yes, he's saying, oh look, you are earth, how you behave with yourself. I said, कब से ये पता है सबको? But because there is system. So they are highlighted everywhere. That is need, because if people are picking these things because they are seeing there is crisis, environmental issues there. So highlight something like this. But this system is like this now. If you go inside, system is different. People anywhere, you see, anything works with system only. This is clear, no? Only state of being is such, spiritual state of being, which is not dependent on anything. Everything is dependent on that. Other than that, everything works on system. Even if you and I have to appear as human being, there is a system. Without this frame, can we be there? This is system working. We know how it works. So everything is, you see anywhere, second thing is always system. So even if you have to manifest the first, you need second first. Otherwise, you will stay in a state where state and you are not different. If you are omnipresent, where is the difference between you and the state? But in that omnipresence, whatever is appearing, that is a system, isn't it? Anywhere, anything you see, that becomes. So if you want to experience, and the second, that is system, has to be there for the experience the first. Otherwise, you are always there. Because that is the limit of a human frame. Do your rationalization, logical understanding, everything. The question will come to whether you exist or not. This is the question it is going to come. More refined you become, more confused you will find whether I exist or not. You may appear mad to others if you start telling how you are seeing world. That is why Kabir says, "Saach kahe muhe maran aave, jhoot kahe patyana, santo dekho jag borana." Both things he is saying that look, if I tell them lies, so they come for me to beat me up. What are you saying? If I lie, they say, बहुत बढ़िया बोल रहे हैं. He is speaking very good. ऐसे संतो देखो जग बोरा ना, I have become mad because he is a saint. So he is trying to give sense. This is right way. If you want to see as it really is, this is the way. Then you are not dependent on anything. So solitude we have to manifest. Within, outside, as much we can benefit. That is Paramarth also. Little bit of your room, that is sufficient. You can have your own room, your place to sit. That is permitted. आप बिल्कुल simple reasoning पे करो कोई भी, they are doing. Then it is all about your behavior in the world. कुछ भी नहीं है और More and more you become wise, you know it is all about your behavior. How you see, if you behave accordingly, if you are seeing higher things, you have to manifest higher things. That's all. You have to be one in your word, mind, and deed. That's all. ऐसा नहीं कि होता क्या है कि when you are doing some sadhana, some higher things begin to come, and then you say, "Though these I will not manifest." Then you are again you have to make the journey. So courage is the key. Courage and character. If you have two C's, this is all whole adhyatma. That what has come, you have to manifest that. So that requires character. That's it. इसलिए हर जब आप देखो कोई भी religions का, you see people keep blame. Problem with is that I see only goodness in everything. People want, even if I go to media, they were saying me openly, आप कुछ ऐसा बोलो. I said, why would, how will I? You ask, I will reply. My intention is as much things you want that this will make me say something. You ask, you try. That's how it happened. So he thought he was being very sharp. So he said, oh, in this market so many gurus have come. How do you see this? Then he said, Kabir himself says, Ani to kaya mein haat bazara. This your body is market. Where will you go? Then he said, no, how will I publish it? I wanted to create something and you are saying that. And he said, look at the saints you are talking to. Meera is saying, me to liori Govindo mol. I have purchased the Govind. Market. So where is not market there? So how are you running? How are you seeing different it? See, when you see positivity, it's your eye that has become like that. Everything, whatever is created, market, human beings only created. No, why should it be bad? If you are doing honest business, that's it. You created as an evolution, no market for something better. So that honesty has to be there, give and take. And then this is also spirituality. Our stories are so many. Stories are there that people are doing business, but they are spiritually attained.
Guruji, that Kabir ka bol rahe the, body is market. Can you explain what it is? I have never heard that.
So he says, Ani to kaya mein haat bajara, duga chare jai raj banro. When he says ki in this body there is marketplaces. Heart is the word comes when there is small marketplace. Bazaar means bigger one. So he said there are small markets, big markets. What kind of purchasing power you have, accordingly you do the business. So all the senses, idea is what are you choosing? Because there's a give and take is what you take that you give. This is integrate. See, what you choose something, that this is the thing I have taken from market. What will you do of that thing? Something you invested your money and bought something. What for? Using it, no? So when you use it, it becomes you. Suppose you have some eatable you have taken or anything, even for you have taken a cot, it applies everywhere. Logic applies everywhere. So then you will lay on it. So now earlier you were laying on ground, now you have come to the bed, little more comfort you have sought. So he is indicating that only take need-based things. So it is like the one jiva which is in right attitude. वो दूगा चरे, that only takes only grass. कि इतना ही चाहिए मुझे मार्केट से. This is what I eat. Others fall into very many other things. That's the meaning he is trying to say. Even if you are in market, small and big market, all will be available, but you go for need-based things. So then you become free from that, because needs to be fulfilled, not wants. It is all about right living, that in a particular time period when we are there, how to live at that time, so that it becomes a model behavior, again character. So variation will be according to so many situations. geolocal situation, how, where you are geographically, where you are, what are the local circumstances, such variation will be there, geography based and environment. But essence will not change. It will, anywhere you go, there will be need and fulfilling it. This all human behavior is. There is a need, it needs to be fulfilled. That's all. Nothing less, nothing more. So if that is the way people begin to see everything, then who will keep anything other than for the welfare of, you want to fulfill somebody else's need, you have extra, this is needed for that person, this is needed for that person. Then somebody else is thinking about you also. That is how it is. That story goes, no? That somebody came with so long ladles and gave some payasam to eat. Ladles were so big that you can't eat on your own. And so for some time they were waiting what to do. Then the wise person told them that this is what you were given. Finally, when they became too hungry, then they had to eat, make one another eat. When they became too hungry. Now there is no choice but to feed others. तो परमार्थ ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए कि there is no choice. तो वो that stories can be told 1,000 ways. They just give an indication. Same story, that's why the new stories come. Same story, depending on the audience and the situation, you can change what it is trying to say. Then people start fighting over stories. उसमें तो ऐसा लिखा है, उसमें तो ऐसा लिखा है. That is all about Shastras. That is why we don't quote them much. So many books have been written. So many Ram Kathas are there. So many, every Katha is there. So many will be Christian literature. So much will be Muslim literature. 1,012, 30. That kind of the own means with followings. These many religions are there in the world. According to this most famous that they call it is a Pew Research Center, which is very famous for God knows for what reason. We can, because we haven't made one. This is one another flaw. For any nation to become something, first they should have their own research prominently, that these are my research institute. Whatever data is coming from these, this only will be quoted and this only will be standard. Awards, they should have their own. If you do any research, Nobel Prize चाहिए. क्यों चाहिए? यहाँ लो ना. So if you have to make your own statement based on your values, no? Otherwise, perforce, that's why a system is a very mystic thing. People do not understand until very long that how it really works. So many things are happening, but before the system, if you remember that time what happened when Kennedy's died, he was killed. That time also there's a deep state was there. And there are so many movies have been made over it and everything, because he tried to correct them, that I will do something good. He was eliminated. So again this person is making some statement. So systems are very deep. Only lifestyle if you change, then systems change. That's the key. And that we know in this land. You don't have to fight anyone. No war is needed, nothing is needed. Simply live the way you ought to live. Then your system changes, everybody's system changes. Because those things will not be needed on which this system is surviving. This fear-based system. Everywhere you go in any religion, they fear God. Why should we fear, bhai? हमारे यहाँ कहते हैं कि no fear at all. So इतना आपको ऐसा दिखता है. We have to, if you say, then it becomes difficult, because it is not taken in right sense. जो omnipresent है वो किसी का criticism क्यों करेगा? किसका करेगा? Question is simple. If you see omnipresence, whom are you going to see the other? कि इसकी आलोचना करनी है, इसका. It's your part. But people do not see that way because they are not evolved. उनको अभी भी दिखता है ये मेरा रिलीजन है, ये तेरा रिलीजन है, किसका है भाई? So spirituality is that is just passes beyond all that. Whatever name you give, these are your given name. If you mean, for me, religion is a word, dharma is a word, so is madhab. They are words for me. I can explain and tell you that these are the words. This is how they are used. Beyond that, whatever you are cooking in your head, it is your problem. इसलिए if education world educators or policy makers, their heart really changes. They get this right, that they are not here forever. They have an opportunity. This human life is an opportunity in real sense. It's opportunity. The one who can avail it, avail. Those who can't, can't. Keep doing. This is how it is. Thank you.